Delacour coming into remote service, Kuldiga. 3 stages this morning, they've now got 15 minutes to sort the cars out. Delacour's back on the podium, 11.3 seconds ahead of Lukinuk's Lancer. This morning's stages weren't quite so high speed.
You have to push because the Mitsubishi is just 11 seconds behind. And the next 2 stages I have to go flat out and maximum. And it's a little bit better than yesterday about the speed. You know, yesterday was so fast, always in 6 gear. Here it's a little bit, we had the limiter on the last stage and the stage before as well, but a little bit less than yesterday.
Craig Breen and Dave Moynihan. Craig rushing the car into service. That small electrical fault, 15 minutes to fix it. But Santalok managed to get the car done in time.
It's a very long year ahead of us, and second place here, you know, will be a fantastic way to start the season. I'm sure there'll be victories coming before the end of the year. I'm more than confident of that.
Larry Kessler jumps out.
Breen sounding then like he might have settled for second place. Jari Kitoma, no concerns for him. 20-second gap to Breen, despite what the Irishman says, he'll still have to push.
We'll see. At the moment he's still in the race going on, so, and he's pushing very hard, and the gap is not big, so I'm concentrating all the time for just to finish the stages like I have been doing. So I don't want to change too much anything.
Very difficult to keep your concentration if you do change anything. It's definitely Kettemar there, not Jan Cherney. This is Cherney in the Fabia S2000. The Fabia has been the IRC champion for the last couple of years. Delacour running wide, still having to push very, very hard indeed. Can't run by Munaretta, but very frustrating for him. Super late on the brakes everywhere to make up for that lack of top speed. Oh, right off the side of the road as well. Delacour on a mission. Fantastic footage from the helicopter. And maximum attack from the Frenchman. Lukinuk, 41 seconds quicker on this stage than he went on the first pass of it. 4th quickest. He reignites the battle for 3rd place with Delacour. And looking at those moments that Delacour was having, a little bit untidy. Would have lost some time there, but having to push just to try and make up for the lack of top speed in comparison to the Lancer. And Lukinuk closes the gap down to just 1.7 seconds. Very, very tight indeed.
220. Lap rest.
Craig Breen, Dave Moynihan, a massive 45 seconds faster than the first run. It's a stage win for Breen and Moynihan, their first stage win of the day. And the car obviously back to full health after the scare on the previous stage. Jari Kettemar, 1.2 seconds slower than Breen. Controlling a good pace, but as I say, very difficult to control a gap at the front. You want to push, that's when the car works best. And the driver and the co-driver too. Of course, he won't want to be taking too many risks. Fantastic balance on the brakes there as well for the Fiesta. 18.3 seconds ahead of Breen with just a couple of stages to go. The gap has opened up a little bit there, but between Delacour and Lukinuk, it couldn't be any tighter at all. 1.7 seconds. So 18 to go with 2 stages. For Breen, 18 seconds I think is probably going to be too much of a gap, but it's going to be a fantastic battle for the final spot on the podium. So join us after the break and we'll see who ends up in the top 3. Just 2 stages remain then in the Rally Liepaja Ventspils. 14 and 15. 14 is a repeat of Kuldiga, the longest stage of the rally, and 15 just a 3.4 kilometre blast to round the event off. So this is Jaroslav Orsak and David Smeedler in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9. 8th overall at the end, highest placed driver for the GPD Mid-Metal Racing Team, and that's 68 points for the ERC Teams Championship. Latvian Raymond Kaisels with Arnis Ronis sat next to him in the mini regional rally car run by Adapter. Battling with Svedas for 5th place, 6th quickest on 14 and 2nd quickest on 15. Finally takes 5th on the very last stage of the rally. And this is Vytautas Svedas Lithuanian in the Mitsubishi Lancer, 9th fastest time on special stage 14, 15 seconds slower than Kiesel's on 14, suffered a lot of understeer, loses a further 14 seconds on special stage 15, and unfortunately that 5th overall with it. On to the very, very top front runners then. Francois Delacour, Tavignoni sat next to him, battling hard with looking at the 3rd place, 4th quickest on special stage 14, 6.5 seconds slower than Cherney, who was 3rd fastest in that stage, but Delacour is concerned about looking at who's flying behind him. Would love a podium here. Competed at the first round, one of very few drivers to have done both the first 2 rounds of the European Rally Championship. Stage was a little bit too dry for his liking. Lukinuk pushing hard to challenge Delacour, was half a second a kilometre faster than the Frenchman on the previous stage. This one is 26 kilometres. He's only 1.7 seconds behind at the start of the stage. Big red light on the dashboard though, that is never good news if you're driving a rally car. It's a warning light to let him know that the oil pressure was low. Has to stop the car, game over, he's livid. Holding either an oil line, the cooler, maybe the sump. Visible trail of oil behind the car. A bitter disappointment for the Russian. A great performance against some much better established drivers.
Left idle flat 2, 490.
You can see the oil there running in a trail across the road. Sensibly then, Craig Breen is going to settle for 2nd place to score big points on the championship. It's an 8-round programme this year. And with this weekend's performance, I'm sure Breen and Moynihan will be looking to mount a championship campaign. Exhaust manifold was broken in the middle of this stage. Manages to keep it going and ends up with 2nd quickest time, 12.4 seconds behind Kettemar, who wins another stage. 2-wheel drive cup then in the European Rally Championship. Risto Immonen and Mikko Lukka. Citroen C2R2, winner of the 2-wheel drive category. They won 8 stages and are 15th overall. Brake disc glowing very hard there, obviously on it. Stéphane Lefebvre and Thomas Dubois sat next to him. 2nd, 1 minute 3 behind Immonen, was leading the rally until stage 10, hit by a gearbox problem. I believe he lost 5th, so that would have been a top speed loss. Great drive for him though, the Frenchman, his first time on snow and ice. And for Zbigniew Bola in the Honda Civic, 10th in 2-wheel drive, 29th overall, but scores some points for Eurosol Racing Team Hungary. Overall, the championship, Dan Ziger, who had to retire today, still leading. Immonen in 2nd, and Lefebvre there up into 5th. Production Cup. Vytautas Sveidas, winner of the Production Cup here. He took the lead when Lukinuk retired on 14. Had a stage win on special stage 9 as well, so he was on the pace. Just not quite on the ultimate pace of Lukinuk, 6th overall. Alvis Egel, Latvian driver, Mitsubishi Lancer, 2nd in the Production Car Cup, 1 minute 43 behind Svedas, 7th overall. And for the Napoca Rally Academy, 43 points. That's Marco Tempestini in the Subaru, 11th in Production Car, 20th overall. Overall standings for the production cars. Orsak in the lead. Beppo Harash in 2nd, Svedas in 3rd. A podium sweep for the Mitsubishis. Well, amazing support for the rally from the public on the stages. If you've been following it on Twitter, you'll know how hard the event organisers have tried to engage everybody out on the stages at the event and via social media as well. Great job done, I think, by all. Great finish as well for Jan Cherney and Pavel Kohut as they take their first ever stage win in the ERC. 4th overall at the end.
Really good for us. Incredible race for us. Everything was perfect. Car works really good. Really good.
Francois Delacour. Always expect drama from him, holding the door shut on Friday night, provided one of his best ever quotes, another one. He's a legend. It's a pleasure to have him in the European Rally Championship. Short gearing, 3rd overall, and he gained some important points to the championship. Look at that drop as well. Delacour, enormous jump on the final spectator stage. Going down a couple of gears before the finish line.
we are still competitive also, not too far from Brins. And I have to make also some progress on to the driving style about the car, you know, about Super 2000, which is not easy and difficult car.
They are difficult cars indeed to drive. S2000 cars requiring the revs to be kept up high very time, but these guys did a fantastic job of that. Craig Breen and Dave Moynihan, the first event as a Works Peugeot crew. Good work from Santalok 2 to keep the car going. Very promising for the year ahead. A quick start and then an exceptionally mature drive to secure second place overall.
40 going up. Crest and 5.
I've been trying to find my own limits and the limits of the car, and we're still a bit to go yet. I just didn't want to knock my confidence anything stupid, you know. I've been at this level before and I've done stupid things, and it's better to get to the finish, and you know, there'll be plenty more opportunities to win rallies come the end of the year.
Very, very mature approach from Breen, and we're looking forward to seeing him throughout the year, as I say, an 8-event programme. Jari Katoma, it'd be nice to see him again. Not sure what his programme is for the rest of the year. I believe he's off to WRC Rally Sweden. Much more sensible over the jump than Delacour, but a great job all weekend. Needed some time to get into the swing of the rally. Great test for the DMAC ice tyre. His first overall victory since 2010, and he takes the lead in the ERC Drivers' Championship.
Last 2 years have been so unbelievably bad luck, and sometimes I haven't been good, etc. But now everything went well, and it was really, really good to get this result from here. And but still, my only aim is next weekend in Sweden, and that's an even more important event for me. But this was not completely perfect.
So final standings then. Jari Katoma wins by 31 seconds from Craig Breen. Francois Delacour in third, Cherney in fourth, and Kiesels in fifth. A lockout of the top 5 there by S2000 and regional rally cars. And from 6 to 10, Group N and R4 cars. Little bit of a difference in the pace there, but great to see some local drivers in the top 10 as well. Kettemar then with a swift handbrake turn into service. Job done.
Well, there's no pressure for Sweden.
No pressure for Sweden, he says, with a big smile on his face. At least they know the tyres work. Good to get into the car. Mentioned today that he was changing his driving style. Takes the lead in the drivers' standings. Kettemar from Capexcu wasn't here. Francois Delacour in third. Brian Bouffier fourth, also not present. Craig Breen up into fifth. What a great top 5 there. Looking forward to seeing those guys competing through the year. Jan Cherney in 8th place. And the Colin McRae ERC Flat-Out Trophy. The Flat-Out Trophy always given to a driver who best demonstrates the same driving style as Colin did, flat out. And deservedly, I think, going to look, you know, despite the fact he retired, it set some fantastic stage times in the meantime. Party atmosphere at the podium. Jari Kettemar and Kai Lindström on the top spot. Great job by them. I'm sure there'll be a few beers sunk tonight. Straight off for the recce for Rally Sweden, so not too many. Brilliant job by the organisers as well. I'm sure the European Rally Championship will be back. I certainly hope so. That's it for Rally Liepaja Ventspils. Don't forget you can keep up via FIAERC.com or follow them at FIAERC on Twitter. Next round is Gran Canaria in March. I'm Andrew Coley, and we'll see you there.